What if Tensura? Frozen Love, Rimuru x Velzard, by Rimuru 6360 Love Who? Quote. That one person. Who is that person? Tell me who. The one whose destiny entangled with mine to the point of existing as one. Existing as one? Is this even possible? But who will love you that much other than me? Tell me. Fufu, is this even a question, my wifey? Wife? You have gotten married even though you have me. I will kill her. I will drive her into madness. You can't, she is already mad. Madly in love with me. Madly in love for what? For love. Why? What is the reason? To be loved. By whose permission? By love. Chapter 17. A glimpse of Rimuru's power. The next morning I woke up as the sunlight hit my face. I feel a little better than yesterday. Sleeping was the best idea, as I expected it to be. Let's meet with the others then. I left my room and reached the dining room. I'm the first one to arrive. Did I wake up early today? Less than Master woke up 1 hour earlier than normal. Greater than really. That's strange. Whatever. I slept early yesterday. That's why I woke up early. But what should I do now? Let's make some breakfast for everyone. Cooking always helps to calm one's mind. That's something I heard in my last life. Let's test this theory today. While making breakfast, I also asked Seal-san to report everything that I need to know. Less than the souls have been filtered and separated. Master collected a total of 20,729 souls yesterday. 2,547 souls have been found guilty by Master's judgment greater than. So what are you going to do with them? What about Shizu-san's body? Less than nothing. I was just collecting data from them so I can make new souls from Creation Lord Ahura Mazda. And because individual Shizu Izawa's soul possesses a hero egg, greater than wait. Wait, what? Since when? Why didn't I have any idea about it? If I remember correctly, Shizu was only an A-rank individual when I last saw her. How can she possess a hero egg this soon? Less than it is certainly because of her hard work. The only thing that was holding her back was the spirit named Ifrit. Also, the second reason is she cleared her heart greater than. What does that even mean? Less than in short, she solved the problems that were holding back her evolution greater than. But even so, didn't she evolve much faster? I mean, wait, don't tell me. Is she training inside my stomach? Less than that's right. I taught her some techniques to increase her soul power. And it looks like she also absorbed some part of turn null, greater than what? Hey, don't let Shizu-san play with that energy. You already know how powerful that energy is. Even I cannot control that energy. And I've been practicing controlling that energy for the last 2 months. Less than don't worry, Master, she didn't absorb the energy directly. I convert, turn null, into soul energy to help her practice her techniques more efficiently greater than in. Less than in. Greater than yes. And knowing Shizu-san, I'm sure she didn't stop at just practicing some techniques to increase her soul power. Less than as expected from the Master. Yes, it looks like she is practicing some sword skills. She is learning sword skills from the Master's memory greater than. So basically, she is learning Hakuru's sword techniques. Hakuro is the only one who teaches me sword techniques, after all. Less than she is making her own variation of Hakuru's techniques greater than he. I'm not even surprised after hearing this. She is also an expert swordsman. I only saw 1 or 2 moves of hers when she was fighting with spider monsters, though. Less than she is also using the Master's past life memories to make some moves greater than. I nearly choked on my saliva after hearing this. Looks like Veldora influenced Shizu-san. I have to make sure not to let him go closer to Shizu-san in the future. So how strong is she now? Less than she is slightly inferior to individual Hinata in terms of skills. And as for power, greater than. I understand. She doesn't have a physical body, so it's hard to measure her strength. So how much time does it take to make a body for her? Less than I only need to analyze a saint's body to make a new body for her. A hero's body would be better greater than saint. Isn't Hinata a saint? Now I'm regretting not fighting her. So I have to wait for some time. After eating breakfast with the children and Veldora, I said goodbye to them as I teleported into the central plaza. I need a spacious place, and this place is just perfect. I'm going to revive the dead soldiers here. But I need someone to guard the place so others don't disturb me by mistake. Who should I call? Diablo and Testarossa would be perfect. Diablo and Testa. Yes, my lord. I said their names as they appeared in front of me without making any noise. They are very good at concealing their presence. I want you two to guard this place. Do not let anyone interfere with the ritual. As you wish, my lord. Rimuru is fine. Hi, Rimuru-sama. Sigh. They are just like the rest of my subordinates. Well, that doesn't matter. Seal-san started the ritual to revive the dead who are not guilty, in other words, good people. I gave my body control to Seal-san as she started the ritual, the secret art of resurrection. A strong barrier appeared around the central area so the magicules didn't harm anyone, to be more specific, humans. Third-person Pa of Rimuru's eyes turned crimson red as Seal took control of Rimuru's body. She lifted her hand in the air as a powerful barrier appeared around the central area. Less than starting the ritual, the secret art of resurrection. Analyzing the souls. Complete. Greater than less than creating the bodies through ultimate skill, Ahura Mazda. Successful. Greater than a large amount of magicules released from Rimuru's body as the ultimate skill made the bodies of 18,182 humans. The whole central area was filled with the large pressure created by the magicules, but fortunately, the barrier didn't let the pressure exit. All the high-ranking individuals of Tempest made their way toward the central area as they felt the unbelievable amount of magicules. Veldora was the first one to react as he reached the central area and saw the demons were blocking the way. What is happening here? Master ordered us not to let anyone interfere with the ritual. Ritual? Veldora had a confused face as he asked Diablo for more information. I'm not quite sure, but I think Rimuru-sama is using the secret art of resurrection to revive the humans. Oh, but I can watch, right? I think that is alright as long as Veldora-sama doesn't talk loudly. Veldora just nodded in response to Testa's remark. And in the blink of an eye, the central area filled with the high-ranking individuals of Tempest. Chloe and the other children also came due to curiosity, as they could actually feel a large amount of magicules inside the barrier. Nobody said a word as the 18,182 human bodies appeared in front of their eyes from thin air and were symmetrically placed on the ground. The magicules inside the barrier were so dense that even Testarossa's face became pale. But there was a proud smile on her face. Not only on her face, but every subordinate of Rimuru had a smile. The kids looked confused as they looked at Veldora for an explanation. But someone else's surprised voice intercepted Veldora and the children. Is Rimuru-sama resurrecting the dead humans? Carrera spoke up, a little surprised. The barrier not only holds the magicules from leaking but also expands the space inside. Ultima also joined her as all the people around them looked surprised, especially Mayulan. The secret art of revival had to be woven using arcane wisdom that humankind couldn't even begin to understand. It naturally required a massive amount of magical energy, along with an unimaginable amount of force to control it. Even a high-level magic-born couldn't do that. Only demons, with their knowledge of controlling souls, could handle the job, and even then only a handful of higher-level demons. I'd expect nothing less from my master. Of course, he is our master after all. The demon trio said at the same time in response to Diablo. Rimuru was performing this arcane act on more than 18,000 humans at the same time. Even a single target took up tons of magicules, and this was multiplying that by 18,000. Rimuru is crazy strong. He is only a level lower than Big Sister, Veldora thought silently to himself as his soul shuddered, remembering the power of his big sister. She is the only person who can give Big Brother that much trouble at that time. Or so he thought. Humans can't think about succeeding in this ritual. It's considered hard, even for us primordial demons, to complete the ceremony, but to think Master is resurrecting 18,182 humans at the same time. This line made all the monsters and humans alike look at them with horror. Primordial demons were just legendary figures for them, the embodiment of fear and terror. Testarossa realized her mistake, but it was already too late. If anybody leaked the information about our real identity outside Tempest then. Testarossa didn't finish her sentence as she started to look at Rimuru. As the ritual continued, colorless, transparent balls of beautiful light were enveloped in a thin film of flawless purple light, which could be seen above the bodies. These were the cores of the humans, along with the astral bodies that protected them. Next, following the secret art of resurrection, the rebuilt human souls were returned to their bodies. At the moment when Rimuru's focus was completely on the ritual, his soul got exposed. Seeing others' very souls is natural for demons, and even more so for primordial demons. But this was the first time for them. Seal always concealed Rimuru's soul perfectly. As a result, they weren't able to see Rimuru's soul earlier. But now, when Seal was focused on the ritual, they saw a glimpse of Rimuru's soul. Divine. That was the only thought that came into their heads. A pure and innocent silver-colored soul, like a newborn baby. All the people who were able to see Rimuru's soul looked shocked, but there was a big smile on a certain black-haired girl. I sealed all of my dark emotions into my heart, but even so my soul is not as pure as Sensei's, and he calls himself a demon lord, Chloe thought, amused, as she looked at the others' reactions. The demons looked very pleased. Same went for Veldora. That was expected, Chloe thought. If primordial demons gave others a sense of terror, then seeing Rimuru's face after the ritual filled their very souls with horror and terror. Of course, excluding Rimuru's friends and subordinates. His golden eyes looked emotionless as he gazed upon the humans who started to wake up. His eyes looked disinterested, like it was nothing to him. Totally worthless and useless, like it was the simplest thing in the whole world. At that time, the people understood just how crazy powerful the master of primordial demons truly was. Chapter 18. Here comes more trouble. It's been a week since Diablo and the other three joined Tempest. Not only them, but another 707 demons also joined us. They are all the subordinates of Diablo, Testa, Carrera, and Ultima in the demon world. So I gave them bodies and names. And today we are discussing how to develop Tempest when suddenly I feel a large group of monsters coming towards Tempest. It looks like the demons also feel their aura. I sent Diablo to bring their leader to me. And after some time, the three Beastketeers entered the meeting room with Diablo. Seeing me, they got to their knees. Aren't they Carrion's subordinates? Rimuru-sama, why are you here? What happened? I asked them as I gestured for them to stand up. They looked sad and angry, but I had to ask them. A few days ago, Demon Lord Milam started a war against us. What the hell? Can someone control Milam? Are you kidding me? Even I'm not that strong to control her like a puppet. Why the hell did she wage war against Carrion? And who the hell is this Frey anyway? I heard a little about her from Milam, but I don't know anything about her. And finally, that piece of shit, that bastard Clayman. I will make sure he dies a painful death. Milam, why? Why are you causing so much trouble for me even though you are not in Tempest? Rigard, help the refugees. Give them a place to stay and food. And you three will join the meeting we are holding in 2 days. Yes, Rimuru-sama. Thank you, Rimuru-sama. I waved my hand to dismiss them. I have to handle the mess that Milam created. I think that's the price I have to pay for befriending her. This is all giving me a headache. Diablo and Testarossa, make sure that they don't cause trouble and understand the rules of Tempest. They can't bully the weak here. I said to Diablo and Testarossa, and they both nodded and disappeared into thin air. I'm glad I took them as my subordinates. They both are reliable. If I ignore some minor issues they cause. Rimuru, I'm here to help you with some adventurers. I have 100 people ready to fight. The fight is already over. I killed all of them, but you can join the meeting. What? How? It is a hassle to tell the same story over and over again. I just sighed. I looked at Shuna. Shuna, bring Fuse to the meeting destination. King Gazel is coming. He will reach in a few minutes. I will tell both of them at the same time. Shuna nodded and took Fuse and Kaval's party to the meeting place. After a while, King Gazel also landed. Seal is the best, she sensed him a long time ago. Less than this much is nothing greater than yeah. Yeah, I know, you don't have to tell me. Huh, who the hell is coming now? Less than no hostility detected greater than, hey, come out before I break your vessels. I said coldly as some elves started to come out from the bushes. They are using artificial bodies, just like Seal made for the demons. What is it called? Less than a homunculus greater than, who are you? I'm the Archduke of the Sorceress Dynasty of Thalion, Elalud Grimwald. And what are you doing here in Tempest? Isn't that King Gazel? To think a coward like you is siding with a demon lord. Oh, it's you, descendant of high elves. Obsessed with high places. Did they know each other? That's good, I think. But he didn't answer my question. And who might you be? I'm the ruler of this forest. Rimuru Tempest. What? So you are the demon lord who kidnapped my precious little daughter. I will let you taste one of my attacks. Is he an idiot? Why do I have to meet all sorts of crazy people? First Veldora, then Milam, not to mention the demons, and now him. He jumped backward as he started to chant a spell. A high-level fire spell. Does he want to destroy the whole place, or is he simply an idiot for using this simple magic in front of a demon lord? Seal-san. Less than already done greater than as Seal replied, the whole magic formation was destroyed in an instant. Hey, let me tell you one thing. Maybe you are using an artificial body, but that doesn't mean I cannot destroy your soul. I replied to him in a cold voice and he stopped immediately. But before I could lecture him, someone beat me to it. Dad, you stupid old man, what are you doing here, causing trouble? Eren, you are all right. And after a brief conversation, now we are sitting under a sort of gazebo. All the people are sitting silently as Shuna starts the introductions. The people participating are King Gazel, Archduke Elalud, Eren, and her party standing behind him, Yum, Mayulan, Fuse, and lastly Diablo and Benimaru standing behind me. So, let's start the meeting. Tell me directly, what do you want to know? What happened to the army of Falmouth? Gazel asked me with a serious voice. The topic is very serious, that's why only trusted people are participating in the meeting. The whole army is dead. Veldora killed them all. What? Veldora? All the people looked shocked as they shouted. I just nodded in response without saying anything. What? How? When? I will tell you the whole story. They all looked very surprised as they heard the explanation. But they didn't say anything. Silence enveloped the whole area. And after a while, finally, Gazel spoke up. But what if Veldora attacks your town? Can you guarantee your town's safety? He is my friend. Why would he attack this town in the first place? Even if he did rampage, I would just beat him up. I replied nonchalantly as they looked at me with wide eyes. Even Shuna and Benimaru looked a little surprised. What? Are you saying you have the strength to beat a true dragon? Why the hell do you think he became my friend? I said with a deadpan face. Well, I lied a little, but there's nothing I can do about this. I have to make them believe in me. Fufu. A true dragon is a trivial thing for my master. Yes, I agree with Diablo, and Diablo and Benimaru didn't let slip the chance to praise me. I feel a bit embarrassed, but I didn't let it show on my face. Just when Diablo was about to say something, I felt an individual with a huge amount of magicules, followed by an earth-shattering roar. I didn't even have to look up to see who this stupid person was. This old dragon. I swear I will kill him. All the people tensed up after hearing the roar. Don't worry, I will handle him, I said as I snapped my fingers. Yay! Veldora-san, you are the best. Fly faster. Even faster. Veldora-san, fly fast before Rimuru-sensei finds out. And the 5 troublesome children appeared in front of me. The people around me looked shocked after hearing what they just said. I'm sure anyone would react that way if they heard that the evil dragon was giving a ride to some children. Veldora, I hope you come down here before I come up there. I said coldly while using thought communication, and after hearing my voice, the children immediately stopped shouting as they started to look at their surroundings. And Veldora, without any complaints, appeared in front of me in his human form. I could see he was sweating nervously and without any second thought. Rimuru, I swear it's not my fault this time. The children forced me. I asked them to give me some sacred texts, and in return, they asked me to give them a ride. I raised my right eyebrow as I heard him. This fella betrayed his friends this easily. Is he the same prideful and haughty dragon that I met 2 years ago, or am I just that scary? I looked at the children and they looked at Veldora like they were watching a traitor, so he was saying the truth. And you 5, do you have anything to say? If not, get ready to spend 3 days in your rooms. Sensei, you are so cruel. I agree with the children. Yeah, Rimuru-san, just let them go this time. I agree with my daughter. When Kenya wasn't able to come up with anything, he blamed me for being cruel. And surprisingly enough, Gazel and Eren agreed with them, not to mention her father. Sigh, I will let this slide, you can go. Shuna, take them home. Yay, thank you, Sensei. Hi, Rimuru-sama, I just waved my hand signaling them to leave. All the people got serious again. As I said earlier, he is my friend. Veldora, introduce yourself. Wahaha, I was waiting for you to say that. I am Veldora Tempest, sworn friend of Rimuru Tempest. And here we go. Fuse couldn't handle the shock as he fainted. Gazel just nodded, trying to act cool, but I saw through his acting. Thud! I heard a loud thud sound as I looked up at the glass panel. I had already sensed her for a long time, but to think she would crash into the glass. Just how pathetic. No, she is not that pathetic. On closer look, she looks anxious and nervous for some reason. Great, here comes more trouble for me. Chapter 19. Ramirez. What are you doing here? This nation is bound to be destroyed. A calamity is approaching, Rimuru, but before she can say any more nonsense, Diablo grabs her in his hands. Master, how should I dispose of this insect? Give her to me, I said with a deadpan look. She is a demon lord, for God's sake, treat her a little well. I stretched out my hand as she stood in my palm. She is too small, just like a doll. But where is Beretta? Ah, here he comes. He is a little far, but I can sense him. She did come here for some serious matter. I think. Veldora, take care of her, I said to Veldora as I gave him Ramirez. And yes, she started to read manga with that idiot. She is also an idiot. I think I should have guessed it. I want to know about Hinata, I asked them with a frown. She didn't even listen to me, nor did I listen to her. The fight didn't even make me feel excited. She was totally consumed by anger when she met me. Hinata, she is a cold and calculative woman, but she is also kind-hearted. She never denies anyone's request for help. Fuse is the one who starts the discussion as Gazel also nods in agreement. Kind-hearted? Huh, she didn't even listen to me. Did you fight with her? You can say she tried to kill me, but I didn't waste my time on her because she was too weak for me to fight. And she was looking angry. There was no reason for me to fight with her. I replied to Elalud's question as I looked at them. Weak. Ha ha ha. I forgot that you don't have common sense. I'm glad I joined the meeting. One more reason to cooperate with your nation. Fuse and Elalud said while looking at me. Aren't these two a bit rude? I mean, I said what I honestly thought about her and still, they are making fun of me. Okay, then today's meeting is concluded. Now let's move on to another matter. Her? Gazel asked while pointing his finger toward Ramirez. Despite how she looks, she is a demon lord. Okay. Huh, they didn't look that surprised this time. I think Veldora has a deeper impact on them than I initially thought. And Beretta also joined the meeting. He came here a while ago. So what is the calamity that you were talking about, Ramirez? Walpurgis. What is this Walpurgis? The gathering of demon lords. What does it have to do with me? I'm not even a demon lord in their eyes, yet. No, the problem is not Walpurgis itself, but the topic of the Walpurgis. And what is it? I can see everyone is listening carefully to her words. Even other people like Gazel and Fuse. Listen first. To launch a Walpurgis, we need approval from 3 demon lords. The one to launch the Walpurgis is Clayman, and the ones who support him are Frey and Milam. What, Milam? Just how much mess do I have to handle? I will make sure to teach her a lesson when I meet her. The topic of the Walpurgis is the new force born in the great forest of Jura, whose leader assumed the title of Demon Lord. That is not a problem, I said to her as she nodded, and all the people around me also nodded. They all know that I'm more than powerful enough to be called a Demon Lord, but I don't think the matter is that simple. But there is a more pressing matter, and that is the betrayal of Demon Lord Carrion. What do you mean by that? Who are you people? And I completely forgot that these 3 were here with us. It is not my fault. They didn't utter a word during the meeting. They are the 3 Beastkittiers who serve Carrion. Well, don't look at me like that. I'm not the one who claims that. And what did Carrion do? He broke the non-aggression pact with Jura Forest and he worked with Rimuru to destroy the Falmouth Kingdom. What? This time, the one who shouted was me. What the hell is even going on here? Does he have a loose screw or something? And yes, the slime named Rimuru also killed one of his subordinates who gave him information, named Mayulan. Peef, really? Anything more than this? I asked her as I couldn't handle my laughter. I nearly laughed, but I handled myself somehow. I heard Milam already took down Carrion and Clayman sent his forces into Milam's domain. Ha ha ha, that's it. I cannot handle my laughter anymore. Not only me, but Diablo also started to snicker evilly. Does he also think the same thing that I'm thinking? Why are you laughing? This is a serious matter. Calm down, will ya? I told her as she calmed down a little and sat on my head with a pout. Is she mad? Whatever. This is the perfect chance to crush Clayman. At first, I wasn't sure, but now I'm completely sure that Milam is just acting and Carrion is still alive, I said with a calm voice as I saw a spark of hope in the three Beastketeers' eyes. They also looked a little happy. What do you mean, Rimuru? We will discuss the matter tonight while having dinner. I think Gazel also understands, but others didn't. Gazel is a king of a kingdom not for nothing. He is not that strong in my view, but from a human view, he is pretty strong. He is a reliable partner. We are currently sitting at our table in the dining hall waiting for Shuna to bring some food as Sue tells us the information he has collected about Clayman's army. After hearing Sue, I tell them about my plan. Well, Diablo, you will handle the Falmouth case. I leave all the responsibility on your shoulders, I said to him as he nodded happily with a wicked smile. He is a reliable guy. If he improves his way of speaking, he could be called a perfect guy from my view. I also summoned Testa as all the people looked shocked after seeing her, especially Ramirez, Gazel, and Elalud. Their bodies tensed up as cold sweat started to roll down from their cheeks. And why are you all tensed up all of a sudden? Nothing. I asked them and they replied instantly. Whatever. If they didn't want to tell. Testa, take some of the soldiers to Milam's domain and I will leave the protection of Milam's domain in your hands, I said to her as she nodded happily. What a fella. Sue, Hakuro, and Shuna are going to Clayman's domain to crush his army. But Rimuru-sama, Benimaru, you and I both know how much she practices her magic every day. It would be cruel of me if I didn't send her. Benimaru nodded as he remembered just how much she practiced. Don't worry, Shion will be acting as her bodyguard. He looked a little relieved after hearing my words. I guess he is a protective brother. The bond between the two siblings is very strong. That's a good thing. And the three Beastketeers with Ultima will defend the animal kingdom. Hi, Rimuru-sama, and yes, Testarossa, please don't interfere in the battle until it is necessary. It looks like Lord Rimuru wants to make them experience some real battle, Testa said as I nodded in agreement. But there is still one problem. It doesn't matter how I look at it, it's impossible to reach the animal kingdom in 2 days. Yeah, that is our problem, and Benimaru is the one who noticed it first. Well, it's not a problem for demons, but for other soldiers, it's a huge problem. How about I use a barrier to protect them while teleporting? Didn't Seal-san teleport the children the same way? Less than master is correct greater than, Yosh. Don't worry about the distance. I will teleport the army to their respective locations. As expected of Rimuru-sama. Rimuru-sama is the best. Fufu, that's natural. And Carrera will protect Tempest until I return from Walpurgis. Benimaru and Veldora will be coming with me. Yes, I can't leave that stupid dragon alone here in town, and I will ask Benimaru to keep an eye on him at the meeting. I'm pretty sure that Carrera will handle the children for some time. No. I think Venom or Moss will be better options. Diablo and Tess, tell Moss and Venom to protect the children and if possible play with them until I return. Hi, Rimuru-sama, I'm glad I took them as my subordinates. Not only are they strong, but they are also smart. Rimuru, can you give a body to Trainee? Why? I want to take Trainee to the Demon Lord meeting with me. Do you also agree with her request, Trainee-san? Yes, Rimuru-sama. It's my dream to be able to serve Ramirez-sama. Is that so? I will handle this after dinner. After dinner, I made a body for Trainee-san. I used wood from the tree that is the main body of Trainee-san. The next morning, I teleported all the forces to their respective places. Chapter 20. Velzard. In the far north stood a majestic castle solely made up of ice. An unimaginable amount of magicules is needed to build the castle, but such a thing is nothing in the eyes of the maiden who is sitting at the top of the castle while listening to the conversation between her partner Demon Lord Guy and his partner of interest, Demon Lord Leon. She is still not sure if he is interested in Leon or not. Not like it matters to her. So, why did you call me here? Did you hear about the upcoming Walpurgis? I was planning to force you to attend the Walpurgis. It sure is rare for you to force anything upon me like that. The reason being? Hearing them talking about their Demon Lord meeting, she quickly lost interest in their conversation. This matter doesn't concern her after all. Cautious as always, aren't you? Fine, I will explain. The proponent of this time is Clayman. The little one, Guy explained to Leon with a smile as he sipped his tea. But oddly enough, Milam's name was on the list of endorsers. Milam is one of the most powerful and oldest demon lords like me. She wouldn't lift a finger for the likes of Clayman. Which means, the report that Carrion is dead might be fake. Leon understands things fast as he thinks about them a little. But why did she do that? A mystery for now. Oh, you know, don't you? Clayman overstepped his boundaries. He tried to harass me without leaving any evidence behind. I won't let him pass this time. Setting Carrion's case aside, if Milam is taking action, then it's bad news. Guy was not happy after hearing her name. She always causes trouble for him, and he even remembers her last visit. This might be just another game for Milam, but I don't want anyone tipping the balance of power among the demon lords. It will just give me more work. Do you think Milam is being controlled by Clayman? A genius like me can't understand a moron like her. You can consider it one of a few of my weaknesses. I will participate in the meeting. I'm also interested in meeting this new demon lord Rimuru. The name Rimuru perks the interest of not only Guy but also Velzard. Her eyes widened even at the mere mention of his name. Strange feelings started to rise inside her always calm heart. Anger, sadness, happiness. Just by mentioning a simple name, Leon unknowingly set a storm of emotion inside Velzard's heart. Unknowingly to herself, she clenched her hand tightly into a fist as she started to listen to their conversation carefully. Do you know anything about this guy named Rimuru? The way Clayman puts it, he's just a self-proclaimed demon lord. But if he has the strength to back it up, I have no problem with it. She didn't like what she heard from Leon. She didn't have any interest in demon lords, let alone in a self-proclaimed demon lord. But for some reason, she felt unpleasant when she heard the word, self-proclaimed. I hope I will never meet you in the future. My face will only bring terrible memories to you. I know you didn't want to hear my voice, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being with me to this day. You are the only girl who fluttered my cold heart. Please forget that I even exist. Goodbye. Suddenly, a memory of the past resurfaced in her mind as tears appeared on her cold and expressionless face. There was only sadness and anger in her eyes. Hatred and grief are the only things that you left me with. Why? Why is this world so cruel? She thought as she looked at the sky. So are you saying he's qualified to be a demon lord? Since Ramirez has taken a liking to him, I figured he might be quite an interesting guy. Ramirez? I can't stand that spirit. She makes fun of me every time we meet. I've thought about strangling her to death many times. Ha ha ha, you better not. If you kill Ramirez, I will be your enemy. Figured. I'm not serious. It's not like I can win against you anyway. Leon knows his limits as well as he knows just how powerful the person seated in front of him is. So he didn't dare to provoke him. I say you could kill me in a million tries. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not interested in a battle I'm not sure of winning. You are strong enough to have the possibility of killing me. That goes without saying. The conversation is going smoothly as they continue to discuss the matters with each other. I heard the storm dragon has awakened recently, Guy said, as Velzard got the perfect chance she was waiting for. Oh my, I am very interested in the matter you both are discussing. Almost forgot you were also here. One of the 3 remaining dragons. The white dragon, Velzard. She butts into their conversation as she hears her brother's name, but there is another thing that caught her interest other than her brother, though she will never tell them. She felt Veldora's aura nearly 6 months ago and it felt stronger than ever. Oh my, forgetting me already? Cold as always, aren't you? But I'm glad you didn't forget my face. It's a pleasure to meet you. The two of them clashed in conversation as soon as she appeared. You two never get along with each other. Leon, are you feeling jealous of my partner? Nonsense. Guy teased Leon, but he flatly replied without any second thought. So, Sir Leon, you were saying that my younger brother Veldora has awoken? I stopped sensing his presence around 2 years ago, so I assumed he had met his end. Are you certain? No mistake. Guy also asked him to be sure. Guy is also interested in Veldora, but not in a good way. If so, then why hasn't the evil dragon done anything? Has he weakened to the point he couldn't replenish energy on his own? Velzard's eyes twitched a little as she heard Guy's words but didn't say anything. Then who would have undone his seal? As the spy reported it, the Clayman scheme is the reason. Velzard is more interested in the person who broke the seal of Veldora rather than Veldora himself, as she knows there are not many who have the power to undo the seal. Seems like he manipulated Falmouth from the shadows to attack the city built by Rimuru Tempest. You sure know much, Leon. Velzard's cold and expressionless face hardened even more as she heard the name Rimuru Tempest. A self-proclaimed demon lord. Why does his name sound so familiar, but also foreign at the same time? That is what Velzard thought, but she was able to calm herself. Guy also noticed her change in mood but didn't bring it up. Of course I do. I'm a former human. And apparently, Veldora was sleeping right around the battlefield. He was exposed to a large amount of blood and thus awakened. The Falmouth army was massacred by him, but Rimuru was able to calm him. Then did his seal get undone by accident? Who knows? I cannot tell. I see. Their voices bring Velzard out of her thoughts as she asks Leon. Then there is a chance that the hero's seal is incomplete? I don't know, but I have a hypothesis. Hypothesis? It's weird that his presence just disappeared 2 years ago. But what if someone transported him into a subspace with his seal? Interesting. Then someone has undone his seal for him. That means someone has power equal to us. Guy had an amused look on his face as he replied to Leon. This is just a hypothesis. And Leon, you are thinking that person might be Rimuru? Precisely. Velzard's eyes twitched a little as she heard the name Rimuru again. The emotions inside her heart started to awaken as her eyes turned extremely cold. I see. Then we need to ascertain this person. Clayman's scheme and Milam's suspicious actions. How Rimuru turned into a demon lord. Veldora's revival. If all of those are connected, then the Walpurgis must be interesting this time. Leon finished Guy's sentence as he also thought the same as Guy. He nodded in agreement. But why is he acting this obedient? Guy asked, not anyone in particular, but Velzard knows he is asking her if she has an idea. His presence is too weak. I don't think he can even lift a finger, but, Velzard replied, and Guy and Leon repeated the word as they were also interested. But if he is controlling his aura this well then, Guy, I don't think even you can take him lightly in a battle anymore. I don't think even Velgrin stood a chance against him. Guy nearly choked on his tea as he heard what Velzard said, but the look in her eyes says that she is not sure if she measures his strength well herself. Maybe he was even stronger than she described him, or maybe not. This is a serious matter. Too serious. But the question is why he is not rampaging. You are leaving already? Yeah, Guy asked as he saw him standing from his seat, but there is a question he wants to ask him. Just hold on, there's something I have to ask. Have you made any progress in the project, summoning? Not quite yet. There were hindrances. Someone saved them before I could take them in. Oh, Guy didn't expect this. He looked quite amused as he heard the news. Seems like he is angry about the nations summoning the children. He may start to apply pressure on the nations. That's the end of the experiment. Then why don't you just get rid of the hindrance? Leon is a demon lord and it is not hard for him to destroy 1 or 2 people, but if Leon is not taking any action, it only means that hindrance is the exact Rimuru we were just discussing. What did you say? Is that just a coincidence? Guy was utterly surprised. This Rimuru smelled like trouble for Guy. He put him even higher than Milam on the list of troublesome people. Interesting, don't you think? That's why I want to see him in person. I see. Now I'm more interested than ever. Milam might be thinking the same thing as me. Well, tonight's Walpurgis could be a rather raucous occasion. No doubt about it. With that, Leon disappeared from his sight. He used teleportation magic as he returned to his domain. So are you joining? Yeah. I'm also interested in this Rimuru. He started to create chaos the moment he appeared. Is he really? Can this Rimuru Tempest really be my Satoru? With that said, she also left the place without making any sound.